crazy. Let's talk about this press conference.
Bruh.
Before we wrap up, let's get into it. First of all, our first question to both of y'all. Was it real or was it hype? I'll let Q go first. Oh, you know what? No, let me kick it to JD, and then we can go ahead and kick it to Q. JD, tell
Hey,
me.
man. So we're gonna talk about this press conference, man, where they trying to say, first blood was drawn, who won round one, all this kind of stuff. Man, look, I gotta admit, bro, I feel like it might have been a little bit staged, bro, and I'm gonna tell you why it might have been a little bit staged. Because suddenly, if you go back and rewind the tape, Canelo was the one who shoves Caleb Plant first.
Right.
For no reason. He shoves him first. So
it wasn't for no reason, but we'll get into that.
You know what I mean? We're getting that. We're getting in that. But I will say, when I really went back and slowed it down and I saw how Canelo shoved first, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. That's what put the skepticism in my head of, oh, this is Canelo.
When has he ever done that?
Right. That's Canelo trying to sell this thing to everybody.
Bruh.
So naturally, I ain't gonna lie, man. My vote is to say that thing was staged, bro, based on the way Canelo was acting. And we're gonna get into Canelo suddenly acting like he don't understand what certain terms mean. But go ahead, Q. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So we gonna Mythbusters, the Mythbusters. You know what I mean? I sent this to y'all because I watched the Caleb Plant interview where he was speaking on that particular MF word. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that word in particular, he said, what you do is you go back and you watch the press conference when Demetrius Andrade bombarded his press conference. And what he told him, motherfucker, get out of here.
Get out of here.
You up right now.
Right.
We know you
get the fuck out of here. I fuck you up right now.
Right.
Right now.
Right. All of that.
He just want the payday.
So we say, because the word is that Canelo said that his mother was murdered. And blah, blah. So don't talk about my mother. You know what I'm saying? So like he didn't understand the word, the American dialect, what we use and how we speak and use it, which don't really have nothing to do with your mother. For the most part, it's more like you know what I'm saying? It's an adjective or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm using the right word, but either way it go, that defunct that whole thing. Because if you just used it, brother, you know what I'm saying? Like that, you pretty much in the know of how to use it because you used it perfectly to me.
Perfect.
So with that being said, it was a scapegoat for the drug cheat allegations. Canelo don't like that because don't make excuses. Don't make excuses before the fight. That's what he was telling when he started saying about the drug cheating. I'm
gonna say this.
What you got, bro?
That shit was about as staged as WWE. And this is why. I'm gonna break this down bit by bit because boxing is not above staging this shit. Y'all remember when Ricardo Mayorga and Sugar Shane Mosley fought?
Yeah, about the whole wife.
And they fined him because he smacked his wife on the ass, but it was all agreed
big
upon.
Daddy when I smacked that ass up.
Call it Big Daddy. Yeah, that was an embarrassing moment. And this is another one. And a lot of people it's real. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you who was in Canelo's face screwing with him about PEDs. Billy Joe Saunders. And I repeat, he was like, "Oh, you like the beef, don't you? You like the beef."
Oh, yeah,
he wore the scrap season.
And he was right in his face. No push, no nothing. Right?
You saw he wore the big round the waist.
so that's point number one. I don't think the drug cheat thing was, that. He's been accused. Okay. Everybody accused him. Triple G accused him. Triple G came out and was the most vocal we have ever heard, talking about you can see needle marks. You can see this. He pushed Triple G. He pushed him in the second fight, but he ain't pushed Triple G. And so the second thing is he knows what MF means. We said we love English Canelo because he was talking after the fight, after the Billy Joe fight. He said, everybody think they can handle me. And then they feel the power and they're like, motherfucker. And I was like, that was the funniest thing. So this was staged because Caleb Plant is a relatively unknown, but with a guy that has enough skill to be recognized as a threat to Canelo, but he doesn't have that cachet. So I think it was a bit of selling the fight. Which
so you say he had sudden amnesia to what the word means.
Sudden amnesia. You don't know what MF means. MF.
Yeah. Come on, sold it too much.
Exactly what it meant, man.
MF, please.
Right here shoving him. Don't you talk about my mother. Don't you talk about my mother.
He know nobody wouldn't talk about his mama. Come on, man.
More than.
Yeah, like if you call some anyway, but you know, for me, it's one of those things that, you know, it kind of cheapens the sport to everybody out there. They're probably like, they probably don't question like, ooh. And another thing too, man, you gotta love the internet. The internet like to sell out on shit. They're like, ooh, he countered and hit him. First of all, it must be in the contract where you can't throw punches because they was slap boxing. And that cut he had was from a scratch. If you saw
it's from the shades.
Yeah, it was like Canelo reached out to get him. He had like his thumbs or something. His scratch was, yeah, come on, man. And then everybody's like, oh, he countered. And then Caleb Plant, of course, responded with, miss my ass. You know, he got him with the tip of his fingers. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's fun, man. It's fun. I'm glad boxing is heating up, man. So, who do y'all, I mean,